Hi, welcome to Compassionate Cravings. I'm Carol Jeha, and I'm going to show you a modern twist to a variety of classic dishes. Hi, welcome back. Today, as you see, I have a very special guest with me today. But first, let me explain why we have face masks on. We are in the middle of a pandemic. It is July of 2020, and we are in the middle of a COVID-19 pandemic. So in order for me to protect my mom to be here as a special guest today, I will wear a mask and she will wear a mask. Since she's 85, we want to be very, very cautious. So she will say, hello, this is Ruth Jeha, and this is why I cook. She's taught me everything. Okay, so today we're going to make baklava for you. And she's the baklava expert, so we brought her in to do the demonstration. I'm going to show you how I chop the nuts for our baklava. I have 3 cups of pistachio nuts in here. And I'm going to just rough chop them. Just pulse it. So you can see almost there, a little bit more. All right, that should be enough. You can kind of see the consistency, some chunks still in there. And now we'll mix it. So now I'll show you how to make the syrup, the orange blossom syrup to go on top of the baklava. So I have 3 cups of sugar in the pot. I have 1.5 cups of water. And I have 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Fresh is always best, but if you don't have fresh, bottled lemon juice is fine. I'm going to turn our stove on to kind of a medium. And we're going to just let this dissolve. This needs to cook for 10 minutes or 190 degrees. If you have a candy thermometer, you can put that in there for 190 degrees, but usually 10 minutes is pretty sufficient. So now we'll just let this dissolve and cook. So we're starting to boil. So now we're going to let it boil for about a good 10 minutes. And that should be enough time to bring it to 190 degrees. You need to watch it because we don't want it to boil over. So I'm going to just take it down just a notch now that it's boiling. So my temperature is about medium. I'm just going to let it continue to boil. So I'm about at my 5-minute mark. I'm going to put the thermometer in so you can kind of see where you would be around 5 minutes. So we're almost, it's not the best way to do it, not quite at 190. We're almost there. So a good 10 minutes is really sufficient. Okay, so our 10 minutes is up, and this looks like it is going to be plenty hot enough to get it to the syrup consistency we need. So this was 3 cups of sugar, 1.5 cups of water, a tablespoon of lemon juice. And then you set the timer for 10 minutes once it starts to really boil. So now that we have this, we're going to add our orange blossom water now. This is calmed down a little bit. So this is our orange blossom water. And we're going to put just a teaspoon into this mixture. It'll give it a really, really nice little flavor. Mix that in. And then we'll just leave this to cool to room temperature. So to get started, we've already crushed up our pistachio nuts. So we have 3 cups of pistachio nuts chopped. You can either put them in a food processor and roughly chop them. We don't want them too chopped to be powdery, so roughly chop. You can put them in a Ziploc bag and take a rolling pin and crush them, or a little hammer and gently crush them, however you chop your nuts. So these are pistachios, and we have 3 cups in this bowl. I have quarter cup of powdered sugar, thank you. Then we're going to put that in. Quarter cup of powdered sugar. I have a half teaspoon of cinnamon, and I have a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg. So we're going to mix all that up. So while Mom is mixing that together, we have melted butter. This is Earth Balance butter that I've melted. It's a pound. Not sure if I'm going to need all of that. You can do rendered butter. That's what my mom would do, rendered butter. And then over here I have an orange blossom syrup, which we will put on at the very end after they've cooled. We'll pour that all over the top of them. That's why there's not very much sugar into the mix itself, because the syrup will be what coats them. All right, so let's get started. Whoa, we also have the most important ingredient, our Filo dough. So we will open up our Filo. And
sometimes you want to put a little bit of butter in with your nuts. It kind of helps to bind them together so they don't get too crumbly. And we're not using butter because
we're making these vegan today. So to keep with our vegan theme here at Compassionate Cravings, we are going to use Earth Balance butter instead. But you're more than welcome to use whatever butter you prefer. So how much do you think you're putting in? A couple tablespoons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
And we just want to hold it together a little bit.
You want to explain Filo dough to them?
Filo dough. We're going to take, it's very easy to, and it's very forgiving. Filo is very forgiving. I mean, if it's torn, you can piece it together. Very easy to work with. A lot of people are afraid of it. Oh, all right.
We're going to open it all up, right?
Okay.
Okay. So how do you want to start? So what layer are you going to start with?
2 layers.
Okay, so take your 2 layers, and then I'll move this whole package.
Okay. Take 2 layers. Lay them out. Let's go this way because we're going to roll this way. Huh?
Okay.
Or do you want to roll the
This
other
is
way?
fine. This is fine.
Okay.
Grab your measuring over there
What for?
for your 3rd cup,
I
right?
got to brush it first.
Okay.
I'm going to brush it with butter. Get all these ends with butter so that they stick together.
Our
That's
oven is
beeping.
preheated to 400 degrees. You can hear it beeping in the back. So it's ready to go for us. Once we pop it into the oven, we will reduce the temperature down to 275, and it'll cook for 2 hours, hour and a half to 2 hours. Probably it'll have to stay 2 hours. So
yeah, if you want it nice and browned and crispy, beautiful. Okay, let's get our nuts.
what do you got there?
This is 1/3 of a cup. We're going to put 1/3 of a cup. See how that looks. I think we could put a little more, do you think? No? What do you think? Let's put a teeny bit more. See what it looks like. Just a tablespoon more. It's okay. If you like a lot of nuts. Okay. And I fold this over so it makes it a little easier to roll. And it also holds the nuts together.
Okay, so we're not making it traditionally in sheets where you lay out the sheets in layers and you put the nuts in the middle and then you lay more sheets on top. We find that it's just harder to eat. The nuts go everywhere. So by doing it this way, by rolling it and then slicing them later, it it makes your eating experience a little nicer because it stays together and you still get the layers, the nice pastry layers.
Now see how it cracks? It's okay. It will still stay together. If you want, you can turn the ends in, but I leave them. There we go. And that's all ready. Oh, we have to put oil.
Do you
butter
put the
in here.
seam side down?
Yeah, put the seam side down. We're just going to do 2 rolls now. Or do you want to do more?
No, we'll do them all.
You want to do them all?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to get the rest of the butter over here? How many do you put on a baking sheet? 3, 4?
Mindy's
They don't really rise, do they?
No, they won't rise.
Okay, keep
Okay.
going.
Get us some more Filo.
Okay. 2?
Yeah. Okay, we're going to butter our leaves. We have 2 leaves,
2 sheets?
2 sheets of Filo. Filo comes in different sizes, you know. I was at the store the other day and I saw different
size?
thicknesses.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know. Did this box say?
This came from Filo Factory. I don't know what the box was about. I didn't read it.
Anyway, if you buy it in the grocery store or at
You just want like the
Safeway, or it's just the regular size
Filo dough.
size Filo dough.
Okay. Okay, put your nuts.
Let's get nuts. I'm going to put a heaping
1/3 of a cup.
1/3 of a cup this time so we can, yeah, that's better.
So you want to put the paper towel down, a damp paper towel to cover the Filo sheets so they stay moist because they will dry pretty quickly. Okay, so what are you doing?
And if you fold it over like this, when you go to eat it,
You're going to butter it?
you're not going to have, the nuts aren't going to go all over. And when you cut it, it's going to hold together better. You know, when you eat baqlāwa that's in diamond cut, the nuts go all over.
Yeah, it's pretty. The presentation's pretty, but it is harder to eat.
Yeah. But this is very easy. Anybody can do this. Kids can do it. Okay, let's put it on.
Yeah, a
here.
lot of people have the misconception that making this is really difficult,
It's not,
but it's really
is it?
not that difficult.
And then you butter the, I'm going to butter it.
All right.
So we got 2 rolls done. We'll do a couple more.
Yep. Okay, we pre-score it.
Yeah.
Before it bakes. Can you do it? You want a bigger knife?
No, my hands aren't strong.
You want me to do it?
I got it. Just that end there where
Yeah,
it was
it's
all
tough.
doubled. See, and you just, at an angle, it's so nice. Then when it comes out, it looks like diamond
diamond.
shapes. You don't have to cut all the way to the bottom. You just want to cut it a little bit because it's going to be called, you want the syrup to go all the way through. This is
Right.
why we're
And
cutting
you put
it.
the syrup on when we take them out of the oven, right?
Immediately. So you want to have your syrup cooked. So you cook your syrup and cool. Make sure it's cool before you put it on the hot. One has to be hot, the other has to be cool. Now these are the ends we were talking about. Those are good to eat afterwards.
Yes, they're delicious. Just a mouthful of pastry
Yeah. With syrup.
with syrup all over it. Orange blossom syrup too, so it's got a very fragrant flavor.
Yeah, delicious. I have never tried cashews,
Mm-hmm.
but it might be delicious.
Yeah, it might.
You know, just be,
Or hazelnuts or.
yeah, just be experimental. I mean,
Yeah.
this is fun.
All right, are we ready to go in the oven?
There you go.
All
Stick
right,
it in
off
the
to
oven.
the oven we go.
Yeah.
Okay, now it
Takes
goes in the
about-
oven. The oven's 400 degrees. We're going to
Yeah.
put it in, and then we're going to turn it to 275.
275. You need a really hot oven to start with because you want it to brown on the outside. You turn it down, it's sitting in the oven, and it's going to cook really, really slow. You're not going to get layers that are soggy. And you know how you make Filo? You make the baqlāwa, and the bottom layers are doughy. You're not going to get this. It's going to be perfect.
With your method.
Yeah, you do it, you'll see. It's so easy. Don't worry about it. Now when it comes out of the oven, it's going to be hot. We're going to take the cooled down syrup, because we made it earlier, and you're going to just pour that on. So easy. Pour the syrup, let it cool a while, and then go back and score it again. Cut it all the way through.
And then put it on a plate.
You're going to love it. Our 2 hours is up.
Okay, so our baklava has been in the oven for 2 hours. We're going to pull it out right now, so it's good and hot, so we're ready to put the syrup on. Mom, these look
Smells so good.
They look so good. Okay.
Okay,
Once the
now we're
pan's
going
hot next to you.
Okay, now we're going to pour this syrup on. Not too much, just a little bit. Down each one. Make sure it gets straight down the middle, so everybody gets it's filled up, coated, and every little hole gets filled. There we
Is
go.
that enough?
Plenty. That's all you do. If you want more syrup, you can put more syrup. But you don't want too much. You don't want it too sweet.
Okay, so we're going to kind of just
Oh, yeah,
finish
go
cutting
cut
them here.
Turn it. It'll be easier to
Oh,
cut.
it's hot, hot, hot.
Yeah. See how they come right apart?
Just like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave the rest of them sit because they need to kind of soak up
The syrup.
they need to soak up the syrup, but we just wanted to demonstrate how you would cut it up and how it would go on a...
Now, these are the ends that we folded in. These are the ends that were left. These are the ones that are delicious because they absorb all the syrup. And
Put them on a plate for you. A little bit more syrup on them.
okay.
Because the syrup is so good.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll put them together so the syrup
okay.
goes through, maybe, huh? I don't know.
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay. There you have it. It's not as difficult as you would think it would be. I know everybody's a little intimidated by this dessert, but it's actually pretty simple to make. So we hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, Mom, for helping.
Fun.
Love you.
Ask me again. I'll come.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Nice to have you. Bye.
I really enjoyed making this dish for you today. If you enjoyed watching, please like and subscribe below. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.